Let's talk about helping our clients to have the deepest, most profound results so that you can become the most memorable person in their mind that completely changes how they live their lives moving forward. You want to be an effective hypnotherapist and coach, right? So let us dig deep today. A very, very common question that I receive inside my hypnotic questioning trainings. It's Fritz, how do we get to go beyond the surface level answers that my client gives me? And this is really, really a great question. And the simple answer to that is knowing what information to focus on inside your sessions, knowing what type of questions to ask. And how you know what type of questions to ask is learning the filtration process of knowing what information your client gives you is conscious versus unconscious. I'm going to say that again. Learning the skill set and developing that filtration system in your mind to filter out conscious versus unconscious information. And of course, once you get unconscious information, that is the line of questioning that you want to go to. Now, easier said than done. And this is definitely something that you will not learn in a 5-minute training just like this. There is a reason why in the last live training, we spent over 10 hours in the training just really honing in on this one particular skill set, because this is key to what sets you apart as a coach and as a hypnotherapist. This is the skill that is not taught anywhere else. And that's why there's over 120 hours of content inside the online platform in the hypnotic questioning program, because this is the deepest layer. Having said that, this is how you can start this process. Based on what you've learned so far versus the conscious mind and the unconscious mind, what are the signs that the unconscious mind expresses itself? Like, what is the difference between conscious and unconscious mind? Think about that for a second. Help yourself. Think about it. What were the things that you have learned in your past trainings that help you determine what is conscious versus unconscious? And name the different things that have to do with the unconscious mind expressing itself. I'll give you a second there. Think about it. Pause this if you're watching this on a replay. And once you think of that, drop those in the comments. Drop your answers in the comments below and let's talk about it. Because I'm going to talk about one particular thing that is very common and most people know about. Something that is unconscious are emotions, right? Or our feelings or expressions or emotions. You can then utilize that in your sessions. So for example, a client comes to you with emotional eating, right? They want to stop the chocolate binging, right? And so as you are going through the interview, really getting to the deep layer of your client's issues, you ask them questions and they say something along the lines of, yes, whenever I eat chocolate, I just have this overwhelming feeling of guilt, right? And so your client is talking about feeling guilty. Your ears should really prick up when they talk about feelings like this, like guilt. So then, whatever question you had in your mind, if you were taught to have 1,000 lists of the best therapy questions, throw away that bullshit and focus on the client in front of you. Your client just said, whenever I experience this symptom, I feel guilty, which means that you are going to draw your client's attention on that feeling of guilt. And no, you are not going to ask your client to take that guilt out of their body, transform it into unicorn, and have it galloping through the ethers. You're not doing that. That is not how you're going to get the best results. Okay. You're going to help your clients to draw their attention on that guilt by asking them to elaborate more on the guilt. Again, you're not fixing it. Having a client draw the guilt out, transform it into different million shiny pieces is trying to fix the problem. And most of the time, it's premature. So you want to first explore it. You want to be able to help your clients see the different variables that relate to that feeling of guilt so that they can solve their problem. It is not you. You're not turning anything into sparkly things. It is the client that will do all the work, because why the fuck wouldn't they? It's their mind, it's their life, right? We have nothing to do with regards to how they're going to solve their problem. So when you ask your clients questions about the guilt, what type of questions would you ask? Comment below what type of questions would you ask a client who just told you that they feel guilty when they emotionally eat. Drop them below and I will let you know whether they are great questions or fix it meh questions. So a simple example is if your client talks to you about guilt, just be like, okay, so what does this guilt feel like? Tell me more about this guilt. How do you know that you're feeling guilty? Right? You are exploring problem. Again, listen to those questions. Those questions are not trying to fix anything. Those are exploratory, investigatory questions instead of fix it questions. This is also one of the things that we highly, highly focus on inside our trainings. Through the demos, we have active demos inside the program, and whoever is in the therapist role, I will literally stop them in their tracks while they're asking the question. I'll say, nope, rephrase that question. That is a fix it question. That is how I train my students to really become the best therapists and coaches they can be. A really, really fun way to do it. And so those are the types of questions you want to ask. In order for you to get to the deep layers and superficial level bullshit, you want to be able to explore the unconscious layers. Guilt is one of the many emotions. It doesn't always have to be emotions, but this is just one of the things that's easy, and we all know something unconscious is an emotion, right? So focus your client's attention on the emotion. When you actually do a great job with exploring the emotion, they will solve their own problem. They will literally just go and then come out with a solution themselves. That is a lot more powerful. That is the result that actually lasts with time. That is the type of result that doesn't need any follow-up audios or homework. That is the results that your clients are going to remember you for. So I hope this helped. Take action on this right away. The questions that I had asked you earlier, make sure you actually take action on it, and comment below what type of questions you would ask if a client were to talk to you about feeling guilty after eating chocolate, and let's get you better with regards to asking your questions.